We all know Elon Musk, a figure who has already been discussed in this channel. He is a character who is both loved and hated. He revolutionized the electric car industry with Tesla, but he also fired thousands of employees via email. He is racing toward Mars with SpaceX, bought Twitter, and laid off half of its staff. But now, he's playing in a whole new league. Welcome back to Ivan Venuto Studios. Today we're talking about Elon Musk again. Let's get started. The question we're asking is, will Elon Musk be the new president of the United States? Trump had already promised this at the beginning of September, and he followed through. He said it. Elon Musk will govern the Doge, the department named after a meme. But it's no joke. But alongside Musk, there will be a former entrepreneur, Vivek Ramaswamy. And this Doge wants to cut spending on federal agencies. Let's analyze three aspects. First of all, Musk owns social media platforms like X, which is already a very powerful communication tool. A quick note for those who are Italian. His reference point was Andrea Stroppa, who knows a lot about Elon Musk and his policies. Another important point is that Elon Musk has a lot of money, which could cover all US public expenses. In short, Musk and Trump want to reduce public roles like teachers, healthcare, and security. In fact, Vivek has already contributed to Musk's ideas and even posted about it. Then there's a tweet from Trump shared by Musk. The first cuts are focused on federal agencies dealing with education. This is because Trump and Musk accused the Biden administration of indoctrinating American schools with what they call gender theories, teaching the difference between sex and gender. And Biden has destroyed the traditional values of education, which Musk does not support. He also wants to make cuts to healthcare, especially regarding gender transition treatments. But how did the electric car champion become the president's biggest supporter? First of all, Musk's companies bring in a lot of money daily, thanks to federal contracts. We're talking about $300,000. Musk has also been claiming since 2004 that NASA would need him, and that's exactly what happened. Musk has many plans for the world, but he's the type of person who would be willing to sleep in his office for his work. The narrative of Elon Musk is that anyone who invests in Tesla is investing in the future. SpaceX is worth over $15.5 billion. What will Musk do with this money? Will he cut it or leave it? Would he have the courage to take money from himself for the people? But recently, his companies have had a visit from federal agents. Investigations have been opened regarding the safety of the cars and the environmental damage caused by SpaceX rockets. However, Musk will likely use his position to make these investigations disappear. So Musk's goal is to dismantle bureaucracy. But on the morning Trump was announced as president, Elon Musk made $26 billion. However, his choices aren't just about his wallet, they impact the entire world. First and foremost, he's involved in the war in Ukraine. Thanks to Starlink, Musk stepped in to assist the population, offering his services for free. Starlink is an ambitious project by SpaceX, the aerospace company founded by Elon Musk, aimed at providing high-speed internet globally, especially in remote or hard-to-reach areas where traditional cable or fiber optic connections are not feasible. The system is based on a constellation of satellites in low Earth orbit LEO, which work together to create a global communication network. One of Starlink's main objectives is to provide internet even in rural or remote areas, where traditional telecommunications infrastructure is difficult or too costly to implement. This is especially important in developing countries or regions where internet access is limited or almost non-existent.
Musk expects that once the satellite constellation is fully deployed, Starlink will further expand its coverage and improve service quality. Additionally, SpaceX plans to reduce costs and increase the network's capacity, bringing the service to a larger number of people worldwide.
The real power of Musk on X goes beyond just his position as owner, but also his ability to shape public opinion and influence global debates. Here's how: influencing news and conversations. Musk has a base of millions of followers, and his tweets tend to generate massive interaction. Every public statement from him on X quickly becomes a global topic of discussion. His influence isn't just limited to the tweets themselves, but to the reactions they trigger, which can be amplified by a network of media, influencers, and supporters.
Managing freedom of speech and censorship. Under his leadership, Musk has sought to promote a balance between freedom of speech and harmful content, but his decisions in this area have often been controversial. He has removed some safety measures that limited violent or misleading content, but at the same time he has faced criticism for not doing enough to combat disinformation or for giving space to conspiracy theories.
Consolidating his public image. Every tweet from Musk has the potential to influence the value of his companies, financial markets, and global politics. For example, his comments on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Dogecoin have had direct effects on their market values. This gives him a unique power, which is not just tied to owning Twitter, but also to his ability to act as a global megaphone. Artificial intelligence. Musk is a vocal critic of unregulated AI development, but at the same time, he is deeply invested in AI through his companies like OpenAI in its early days and Neuralink. He's expressed concerns about AI's potential to surpass human intelligence and become uncontrollable. While his warnings may be valid, there is a risk that his influence could push for regulations that serve his own interests or disrupt innovation in the sector. There's also the question of whether AI development should be trusted to a few tech moguls, given the power and control they could amass.
Environmental impact. While Tesla has been a leader in pushing electric vehicles and sustainable energy solutions, the environmental impact of Musk's ventures is complex. For example, the mining of lithium and other materials for Tesla's batteries has environmental consequences that are often overlooked. SpaceX too launches rockets regularly, which contributes to pollution. Although Musk has stated that space exploration could help humanity become a multiplanetary species and could ultimately have long-term benefits. Humanitarian concerns. Musk has a habit of making controversial statements or acting impulsively, which has sometimes put him at odds with governments, regulators, and even his own employees. For instance, his public comments and tweets often create chaos in stock markets, and his dismissive attitude toward worker rights at companies like Tesla have raised concerns about labor conditions. His unpredictable behavior might not always align with the best interests of the world's most vulnerable populations.
For today, that's all. What do you think?